The 10 Darkest Secrets of Area 51. Number 10. The Clandestine Toxic Cemetery. Far from the legends of spaceships and aliens lies a secret that is far more earthly and lethal. For decades, Area 51 has been accused of being a gigantic illegal dump for toxic waste and classified materials. Declassified documents and testimonies from former workers describe the open-air burning of enormous quantities of exotic chemicals, stealth aircraft materials, and other unknown compounds. This practice, known as burn pits, allegedly released clouds of poisonous smoke over the base and its surroundings, exposing personnel to a deadly chemical cocktail. The consequences of this secret are devastating. Former employees and their families have filed lawsuits against the government, claiming that exposure to these toxins has caused severe respiratory illnesses, cancers, and premature deaths. For a long time, the government wouldn't even acknowledge the base's existence, using the veil of state secrecy to evade any environmental or human responsibility. The true horror of Area 51, it seems, may not come from outer space, but from the calculated indifference toward the lives of its own workers, sacrificed on the altar of military secrecy. Number 9. Project Nerva and the nuclear threat. In the depths of the Nevada desert, Area 51 was the epicenter of one of the most dangerous projects of the Cold War, Project Nerva, nuclear engine for rocket vehicle application. The goal was to develop a nuclear thermal propulsion rocket engine, an incredibly powerful but also immensely risky technology. Tests were conducted with functional nuclear reactors, exploring the possibility of creating spacecraft capable of traveling to Mars and beyond. The dark secret here is not just the project's existence, but the potential catastrophic accidents that were kept hidden. A failure in one of these reactors during a test could have triggered a nuclear meltdown on American soil, releasing an incalculable amount of radiation. It is rumored that there were several incidents and near misses that were covered up, and that the radioactive legacy of these tests continues to contaminate restricted areas of the base, a latent danger the public was never warned about. Number 8. Project Aurora and the Ghost Planes. While the world knew about spy planes like the U-2 and the State Route 71, Area 51 was already working on their successor, an aircraft so advanced that to this day it remains a myth, the Aurora. It is believed to be a hypersonic reconnaissance plane capable of flying at over Mach 5, which would allow it to take off from Nevada and reach any point on the planet in a matter of hours. Its existence has never been confirmed, but the circumstantial evidence is overwhelming. The dark secret of the Aurora is not just its speed, but what it represents: a capability for total global surveillance and an undetectable first-strike weapon. Witnesses near the base have reported donuts on a rope condensation trails and a thunderous, distinctive engine pulse that shakes houses in the middle of the night. These sightings, along with unexplained gaps in defense budgets, suggest that a fleet of ghost planes operates from Area 51, watching the world from the edge of space, completely outside of public or legal scrutiny. Number 7. The reverse engineering of Soviet technology. During the Cold War, Area 51 was not only dedicated to building American technology, but also to dismantling and understanding that of its enemy. The base became home to a clandestine air squadron known as the Red Hats, elite pilots who secretly tested captured Soviet fighter jets, like the advanced MiGs. The goal was to find their weaknesses, develop tactics to defeat them, and copy their technology. The secret isn't that they had the planes, but how they got them. Operations to acquire these MiGs involved high-risk espionage missions, orchestrated defections, and covert operations in enemy territory that, had they come to light, could have triggered open war. Area 51 was the stage where the greatest trophies of American intelligence were stripped of their secrets, in a shadow play that proved the base was as much an engineering hub as it was a nest of top-tier spies. Number 6. Project Abigail and human experimentation. This is where the stories take a truly sinister turn. One of the most persistent and disturbing legends emanating from the bowels of Area 51 is that of Project Abigail. The story goes that a brilliant scientist at the base, Albert Western, was devastated after his daughter Abigail suffered terrible radiation exposure from one of the experiments. Driven by madness and a desperate desire to save her, he began subjecting her to a series of horrific genetic experiments, attempting to create a radiation-resistant being. According to the legend, the creature Abigail became was monstrous, a deformed abomination with superhuman strength and a fractured mind. It's said the government intervened, locking the creature away in the deepest, most secure facilities of the base, where her wails and screams can still be heard. While likely a myth, the story of Project Abigail symbolizes the deepest fear associated with Area 51, that in its quest for power, science and the military crossed fundamental ethical lines, going so far as to experiment on human lives in the most inhuman ways imaginable. Number 5. Extraterrestrial biological technology. Beyond the ships and exotic metals, it's rumored that the most important finding from the famous Roswell incident was not technological but biological. The theory asserts that along with the wreckage of the craft, bodies of extraterrestrial beings were recovered, and with them, access to their biology and DNA. The darkest secret guarded by Area 51 would therefore be a biological research program to understand and, potentially, weaponize alien physiology. This would open the door to terrifying possibilities, the creation of biological weapons based on non-terrestrial viruses or bacteria for which humanity would have no defense. There is also speculation about hybridization, attempts to combine human and extraterrestrial DNA to create super soldiers or beings with psychic abilities. This line of research would turn Area 51 from an aeronautics center into a genetic laboratory where the very definition of life is toyed with and where weapons that could cause mass extinctions are developed. Number 4. The true nature of Bob Lazar. In 1989, a man named Bob Lazar shook the world by claiming to have worked at Area 51, specifically in a sector called S4, where his job was to reverse engineer extraterrestrial spacecraft. Lazar described in detail the antimatter propulsion systems, the use of element 115, and the existence of several models of flying saucers. Although many label him a fraud, his knowledge of physics and the details he provided have been difficult to completely refute. The dark secret, however, might not be what Lazar said, but why he was allowed to say it. A chilling theory suggests that Bob Lazar was not a whistleblower who escaped, but a pawn in a complex disinformation operation. The government, knowing the truth was far stranger and more incredible, may have leaked Lazar's story so the public would focus on flying saucers and element 115. This way, the true nature of the base's projects, perhaps related to time travel or interdimensional contact, would remain hidden beneath a layer of controlled and ridiculed fiction. Number 3. The secret treaty with an alien race. This theory takes conspiracies to a galactic level. It suggests that Area 51 is not a base for studying aliens, but a diplomatic meeting point established by a secret treaty between the US government and at least one extraterrestrial race, commonly known as the Greys. The alleged agreement, nicknamed the Greta Treaty, would involve a sinister exchange. The aliens would provide advanced technology, and the United States would allow them to abduct human beings for their own genetic studies. This is one of the darkest secrets imaginable, as it would mean a shadow government has betrayed all of humanity for technological power. The stories of abductions, implants, and experiments that have circulated for decades would cease to be fiction and instead become the terrible price of this pact. Area 51 would essentially be an extraterrestrial embassy on Earth, operating with the complicity of our leaders and sacrificing innocent citizens. Number 2. Time control and dimensional portals. What if the technology at Area 51 came not from beings from other galaxies, but from other times or other dimensions? Based on the gravitational distortion effects that Bob Lazar claimed the craft's reactors produced, one theory posits that the true goal of Area 51 is not space travel, but the mastery of time and space. Projects like Looking Glass suggest the base houses devices capable of seeing past and future events, or even opening portals to parallel realities. The dark secret here is the absolute power this would confer. The ability to foresee an enemy's movements, manipulate historical events, or extract resources from other dimensions would make its possessors the undisputed masters of reality. The danger would be incalculable. A mistake could create a paradox that undoes our very existence, or open a door to hostile entities from other dimensions. The extreme secrecy of Area 51 wouldn't be to hide planes, but to hide the fact that they have acquired godlike power, with the potential to rewrite history or destroy it completely. Number 1. The headquarters of a breakaway civilization. The darkest and most profound secret of Area 51 could be that it no longer truly belongs to our civilization. The breakaway civilization theory posits that, by using recovered alien technology, reverse engineering, and discoveries about zero-point energy for over 70 years, the military and corporate elite operating at Area 51 have become so technologically advanced that they no longer consider themselves part of common humanity. They have created their own society, with their own space fleet and their own agenda. This group no longer works to protect the United States or the world. They work for their own interests. They operate across the solar system and beyond, keeping mainstream humanity in a kind of technological and knowledge quarantine. The ultimate secret is not that they have alien ships, but that they themselves are now the aliens in terms of capability, operating with technology thousands of years more advanced than our own. Area 51 is not a military base. It is the capital of a secret, silent empire that has already broken away from us, leaving us behind in the dark, ignorant of the fact that true power no longer resides with the governments we know, but in the shadow of the Nevada desert.
Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Give it a like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends and family.